Study Session 4. Aspect, Tense, Mood, and Voice. Introduction. Time sequence is often represented with the use of certain inflections on verbs. There is time in the past, time in the present, and time in the future. The duration of an action is also marked by certain elements in the grammar of English language. While time is marked by tense, the duration is marked by aspects. However, both work hand in hand in the realization of time. In addition, in presenting actions or concepts, there are attitudinal ways of conveying one's ideas. You can make a statement, a command, or a question. You can also express your wishes and uncertainties. All these are captured in the mood system of the language. Finally, sentences can be presented in two ways, in the active voice or in the passive. In this lecture, we shall describe and explain the different aspects of the foregoing and their peculiar features. Objectives. At the end of this lecture, you should be able to 1. Distinguish between tense and aspects. 2. Use all types of tenses effectively. 3. Distinguish between active and passive voice. And 4. Identify and use mood systems. Pretest. 1. What are the features of verbs in the present tense? 2. What are the features of verbs in the past tense? 3. How do verbs form future tense? 4. What is the difference between tense and aspect? 5. What is mood? 6. What makes a sentence active or passive? The verb is central to tense systems. It reflects the present, the past, and the future times of actions. Tense is described as the time an action in a verb occurs, occurred, or will occur. It can be a past time, a current time, or an expected action which comes up in the future. These are respectively referred to as past, present, and future tenses. A. Aspects. Aspects refers to verbal inflections which express continuity, repetition, or completeness of an action. It reveals whether an action is ongoing in the past or in the present. It may also indicate whether the action took place over a period in the past and ended in the past or present, or if it is relevant to present events. Aspects can be divided into three parts. These are progressive, perfective, and habitual. 1. Progressive aspect. Progressive aspect expresses an action that is continuous. It can be either in the past or present tense form. Notice that the progressive aspect is recognized with its ing affix on the main verb. This must, however, be distinguished from the participial form that is used as adjectives, as in the following sentences. The computer is a thinking device. She is my loving wife. He wrote an exciting story, etc. The following are sentences in the progressive tense. 1. Yesira is taking her breakfast. 2. Bintu is going to school. 3. Shade was singing at home. 4. Kunle and I were discussing the problem. 2. Perfective aspect. Perfective aspect expresses an action that started at some point in the past and was completed at a particular time in the past. 1. Angela has eaten the apple. 2. Mahmoud and Doll have stopped quarreling. 3. Angela had eaten the apple before David entered the room. 4. Mahmoud and Doll had stopped quarreling before they embarked on that project. 3. Habitual aspects. Habitual aspects expresses an action that was continuous for some time in the past before it was stopped. 1. The naughty boy used to throw stones at my door. 2. Wale used to pluck the mangoes in our school. B. Tense. As you must have noted, each time we mention or discuss aspects, we refer to time or tense. This means that both tense and aspect cannot be separated into neat categories in English. Therefore, both of them go together in realizing the time an event occurs, occurred, or will occur. Consequently, the two will be discussed together in this section. 1. The simple present tense. The simple present tense is expressed with the infinitive form of the verb, e.g., I play, she works, Titi writes novels, etc. The present tense is used for different purposes. A. To state habitual actions. 1. Pius plays soccer every evening. 2. Bayo swims on weekends. B. To present scientific facts. 1. Insects have 6 legs. 2. The earth is spherical. C. To run commentaries. 1. Here comes the president. 2. Okocha has the ball, he passes to Kanu, and it is a goal. D. To present a state of being. 1. The patient suffers from tuberculosis. 2. The young lady is very pretty. Number 2. The simple past tense. The simple past tense is used to express an action that occurred in the past. Examples are the following. A. Shehu traveled to Germany last year. B. Mr. Obi won the governorship election in Anambra State. C. The accident victims shouted for help. D. The people wanted a change in their social condition. Number 3. The simple future tense. The future tense states an action that is expected to occur in future. It is usually indicated by a modal auxiliary and a main verb. The auxiliary states the future time, while the main verb states the event that will take place then. Such auxiliary verbs include will, shall, must, ought to, and going to, as in the following sentences. A. Onome will bring the ball. B. We shall meet at school. C. You must pay your school fees. D. You ought to attend the orientation program. E. I'm going to write a letter. Number 4. The present progressive tense. This is a mixture of tense and aspect features. While the tense states the action that is involved, the aspect states whether or not the action has been completed. In the present progressive tense, the action has commenced. However, as at the time of speaking, it has not been completed. Examples include the following. A. Joshua is eating groundnuts. B. Fatima is playing games on the computer. C. Jade and Ogenovo are writing their exams. The progressive tense may also express future actions, as in these examples. A. The principal is going to punish the offenders. B. They are moving to their new house next year. Number 5. The past progressive tense. The past progressive tense states an action that was in progress in the past and was still on course when another action occurred. The verb denoting the second action is underlined in the sentences below. A. Aldo was snoring when the children sneaked out. B. Debbie was looking for a book when she found the missing document. C. They were taking their supper when Sule entered. D. Bebe and Dede were writing their assignments before light went off. Number 6. The future progressive tense. This type of tense presents an action that is anticipated to be in progress at a future time. Take note that the future may be any minute from the time the statement is made. What matters is that the statement must precede the action, and the action must be perceived to be on for a while. A. The prophet will be praying for us at the camp. B. Zainab will be preparing rice tomorrow morning. C. They will be expecting us at the meeting. D. We shall be traveling all over the world in 2 weeks. Number 7. The present perfect progressive tense. This tense type states an action that started in the past and is still in progress as at the time of speaking. Consider the following examples. A. Dare has been sitting in the lobby since he arrived. B. Bintu has been cleaning the house since noon. C. The members of the church choir have been waiting for the choir master since 5 p.m. D. They have been living in Ibadan since 1992. Notice that the perfective aspect marker is the present tense form and it is followed by being, another auxiliary element, and finally the main verb which has the ing participle form. Number 8. The future perfect progressive tense. This expresses an action that one expects to be in progress at some point in future. Here are some examples. A. By the end of this decade, Medina will have been arguing cases in courts. B. In a couple of months, I shall have been writing my 3rd novel. C. By July next year, we shall have been living in our new house. D. He will have been studying English for 10 years by December this year. Notice that this tense is quite different from the past perfective tense. In past perfective tense, the modal auxiliary is in the past tense form, but in the future perfective, the modal is in the present tense form. Number 9. The future perfective tense. This type of tense expresses an action that is expected to have been completed at a time in the future. Here are examples. A. By October next year, I shall have spent 3 years in this university. B. Jane will have traveled to Europe by the end of this month. C. At the end of this course, we will have mastered basic English grammar and writing skills. D. By noon, we will have finished our assignments. Number 10. The past perfect tense. This refers to an action that started in the past before another past action. Note that both actions ended in the past. The only difference is in the time of occurrence. While the past perfect action occurred earlier, the past action occurred after it. Here are some examples. A. She told me that she had studied the files. B. When he had had his supper, he went to bed. C. They had left home before the rain started. D. Audu had not paid for the materials before they were delivered. The past perfect tense can also be used to express regrets, as in the following sentences. A. If she had worked hard, she would have been promoted. B. Had he known the dangers involved, he would not have gone. C. If John had carried the baby, it would not have cried. Number 11. The past perfect progressive tense. This type of tense states an action that was in progress before another action started. A. She had been dozing for some time before she fell off the chair. B. Akim had been studying Arabic before anyone knew about it. C. Peju had been playing with her pot when it fell off and broke into pieces. D. Yomi had been stealing food items from our kitchen when he was apprehended. Number 12. The present perfect tense. This type of tense expresses an action that commenced and ended in the immediate past, but has relevance to the present situation. Examples include: A. Tunji and I have passed our examinations. B. Claudius has finished the assignment. C. Timothy has broken the vase. D. The boxes have been painted. C. Mood. Mood refers to the manner or attitude presented in a verb. It shows the speaker's feeling about the action in the sentence. 3 moods are identified in English grammar. These are the indicative mood, the imperative mood, and the subjunctive mood. 1. The indicative mood. This mood shows that the speaker is just making a statement, possibly providing factual information. Such statement may, however, be true or false. A. Cockroaches live in ladders. B. I am the president of Nigeria. C. The prices of foodstuffs have gone up. D. Workers express doubts over government sincerity on the pension reform. The indicative mood may also be used to ask a question. A. Who are you? B. Where is my pen? Number 2. The imperative mood. In using the imperative mood, the mood speaker or writer makes requests or gives commands, e.g., A. Please pass the salt to me. B. Lend me your pen, please. C. Get out of here. D. Close those windows. Number 3. The subjunctive mood. This presents the author's wishes, condition, doubts, or imagination at the moment of speaking. In this sense, the past tense of the verb is used. A. If I were you, I would put the money in a bank account. B. I wish I were the governor's wife. I would wear the most resplendent dresses. In some cases, however, a statement is presented to an approving authority. In this case, the tense on the verb is not reflected. A. I suggest that he be punished. B. We plead that she visit us once in a while. Notice that the embedded clause is a that clause and the verb is not inflected. D. Voice, active and passive. Voice is the form of a verb which shows whether the subject performs an action or is affected by an action. The sentence that contains such verb is said to be active or passive, depending on which verb it contains. The active sentence has its logical subject, verb, and object or complement in their original positions in sentences. Examine these sentences. A. Ojo washed the car. B. Tinu has switched on the TV set. C. Laraba has brought the bag. D. The students must have been digging up the yams. E. Kome is writing the report. In these sentences, each of the subjects, Ojo, Tinu, Laraba, the students, and Kome, is said to be performing some action in the sentence in which it occurs. In passive sentences, the logical subject swaps positions with the logical object. In addition, the preposition by, which shows the agent, is introduced before the logical subject, and an appropriate auxiliary item is introduced before the verb. The following are the passive forms of the sentences above. F. The car was washed by Ojo. G. The TV set was switched on by Tinu. H. The bag could have been brought by Laraba. I. The yams must have been dug up by the students. J. The report is being written by Kome. This is the converse of the sentences in the active voice. The logical subjects now occur at the end of the sentences, while the objects occur in subject positions. Notice that the objects are affected by the actions in the verb. Nevertheless, there are some sentences which do not have subjects. Possibly, this is because the subjects are not known or the person that performed the action does not want to take responsibility for the action. It may also be because the subject is not important. In the passive voice, the subject is not mentioned, as in the following. K. The bottle was broken. L. The thieves were arrested. N. The students were advised to be of good behavior. N. The strike was suspended. Study session summary. In Lecture 3, we examined the verb and some properties of the verb. Therefore, the just concluded lecture has been a continuation of the discussion in the earlier lecture. Specifically, Lecture 4 examines some other properties of the verb, such as tense, aspect, mood, and voice. That ends study session 4. Thank you for listening.